Hello dear students, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about electric shock and precautions while handling electric circuit and devices. All of you know that electricity is highly useful. At the same time, it is a dangerous form of energy. Hence, electrical appliances should be handled with extreme care. Of the accidents related to electricity that occur in India, about 10% is taking place in our state, Kerala. Electric shock often leads to death of the person itself. Hence, electricity is to be handled with utmost concern for safety. Electric shock occurs when we touch bare wires or cable with damaged insulation or when lightning strikes. Severe injuries may occur when current flows through our body. In addition to the electric shock, blisters may also occur. If somebody gets an electric shock, the main switch should be switched off immediately. Separate the electrocuted person, that is the affected person, using a dry wooden piece or a dry insulator material. Never touch the affected person using bare hands. So, let's see what are the damages causing to our body. Sometimes high voltage shocks may not cause any damage. Even then, one should seek medical help immediately because it may affect the brain. Epilepsy, depression, anxiety, etc. may occur. Even if the voltage is small, it may lead to unconsciousness. Damage to touching sensation, decreases in vision and hearing disability, etc. So, let us see what are the precautions to be taken to avoid electric shock. First one, never handle electric equipments or operate switches when the hands are wet. Next one, insert plug pins into socket and withdraw them only after switching off. Third one, do not operate devices of high power using ordinary sockets. Fourth one, wear rubber footwear while operating electric devices. Do not touch the interior parts of the cable TV adapters. Ensure that there is an insulated cap for the adapters. Otherwise, don't touch the interior parts. Sixth one, do not fly kites near electric lines. Seventh one, do not use table fan to dry hair. Eighth one, ensure that there are no tall buildings or tall trees near electric lines. Last one, ensure that the main switch and ELCB, that is the earth leakage circuit breaker, are switched off when maintenance work is being carried out at home. So next one, precautions during some special circumstances. So let's see which are the special circumstances and what are the precautions. First one, during lightning, avoid doing any work that will bring you in contact with electric circuits. So there is a possibility of excess current in the circuit during lightning. That is the reason. Second one, disconnect the plugs from the socket whenever there is a chance of lightning. Third one, during rain and wind, electric lines are likely to touch the ground. This may cause danger. So we have to be cautious on such occasions. Last one, if water enters home due to floods or other reasons, disconnect the electric connections. Reconnect it only after ensuring that the main switch and the switchboard are perfectly dry. So, let's see which are the first aids to be given in the case of electric shock. So, what is a first aid? As a result of electric shock, the body temperature of the victim decreases, viscosity of blood increases, and clotting of blood occurs. In addition, muscles of the body contract. In the first chapter, we already studied that blood is a viscous fluid. So, when the temperature decreases in our body, the blood begins to clot. First aid should be given only after disconnecting the victim from the electric wire. So, how to provide the first aid? First one, raise the temperature of the body by massaging. Second point, give artificial respiration. Third one, Massage the muscles and bring them to the original condition. Fourth point, start first aid for the functioning of the heart by applying pressure on the chest regularly. The last one, after that, take the person to the nearest hospital immediately. So these are the first aids to be given in the case of electric shock. So students, don't forget that electricity is an integral part of everyday life. This energy is to be conserved for tomorrow, and so its consumption should be reduced to the minimum possible. Don't forget that saving electricity is equivalent to generating electricity. So see you in the next class.